finna cry in a Honda. I'm not finna cry in no rape. I'm not crying at all. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my peace. God bless you. Because I can do bad and better without your ass. Hello there. Welcome to Let Me Just Say This. My name is Naya. If you are new here, hello, welcome. And if you have been here, hey baby, I missed you. I missed you. And I know you missed me too. I'm so sorry. I promise I will explain myself. I had to take a little impromptu hiatus that turned into like 3 months off. And so I am so happy to be back with you guys. I am so excited. And if you are watching on the YouTube, as you should, go support the channel. Okay. Everything in the description. We have a new setup. We have a new setup, girl. I did it. Auntie did it. Auntie finally made it off the couch. Finally made it off the couch. We have a new setup and I am beyond excited and so full of joy to be back with you guys. When I tell you it's been a time, I have so much to share with you guys and I'm really excited about, coming back and giving you guys something good because for this season, baby, this season's mantra and tagline is the self-aware era because that's where we're in, okay? I'm about to turn 27. I am more self-aware than I have ever been in my life. And that's saying a lot as a very self-aware person already. I'm gonna pat myself on the shoulder, but I'm extremely self-aware and that's just where I'm at with it because this is the era, baby. We're not settling, we're not playing dumb, and we are not going to dim ourselves down for anything or anybody. And we're reflecting and the whole point of this podcast, if you don't know, is growing and evolving, and that's just what we're on, okay? So for today's episode, baby, we are going to touch on the fact that a lot of men think that other men are their competition when really your biggest op is my peace. Your biggest op is, am I happy without your ass? Because you can't come over here making me unhappy if I'm happy without you. You got to bring something good. Before we get into the main topic though, honey, we are getting into some hot topics from the past week. It is June 27th, 2025. And if you were living under a rock or you just didn't care, baby, maybe you missed all the stuff with Simone and Keke Palmer, but we're going to get right on into that, honey. And Keke Palmer's situation actually really is a great segue into today's topic, which really is just about the fact that when you're dating and you're navigating this, your peace and your happiness and your resiliency has to come first every single time. And people will tell you to set that to the side for the sake of a man. Girl, if that's what you want to hear, I'm not the friend that's going to give it to you. Click off, baby. That's not what we're talking about today. But we're going to get into it. So let's just go ahead and get into today's hot topics. So I didn't want to do a full episode on this. If you know me, then you know I harp on the importance of being a good friend and being a good girlfriend specifically. But the situation with B. Simone, I'll give you a quick little rundown, okay? So B. Simone has a podcast, a very popular podcast called Let's Try This Again, which in itself was a snub to another friend, Megan. Shout out to Megan. Everybody owes her an apology. But she had another friend that she had a podcast with and it went left and B. Simone started this one. And she had a friend, I'm going to say a friend / employee on her podcast because in reality, a lot of B. Simone's friends that we see are friends that she does business with. And that's her whole thing of like, I want to do this together, which we're going to get into that. But her friends are also her employees and that is a conflict of interest. Now, this friend works with her or really rather for her. And she calls the girl her best friend. She had her on the podcast. This is the night after the BET Awards. They come back, they do this podcast. B. Simone's, if you know anything about B. Simone, then you know that she's overly self-righteous and delusional, quite frankly, delusional. And touch of narcissism. I'm not diagnosing it because I don't believe in that, but I will say, honey, that's what it's giving, okay? She may want to go get seen for that. Now, no shade. That was shade. I'm sorry. Now, she had her best friend on the podcast and her best friend mentioned there's several things she said on the podcast, but I want to touch on this one specific piece, okay?
Recently, I have this opportunity and I called you and I told you about it. And you were just like, okay. Mm-hmm. And you called me back.
I called her right back, y'all. I was so convicted. I was so convicted.
You were like, I didn't like how I felt when you told me that. And I was like, what do you mean? You were like, I don't know what it is. I'm talking this out in real time. But whatever it is, I don't like what I felt. And I said, did you feel jealous? And you were like, I don't think I feel jealous.
Because we went through all the emotions. She's like, are you angry? Are you sad? Are you jealous? I was like, I'm not jealous because I don't want what you have. I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm upset that I'm not doing it with me.
Yeah.
Like, we're not working together.
She's like, I want to do things together. I'm used to us building together. And her whole thing about it is that she wants to be the one to put people on, essentially. She wants to be the one to make people successful, right? And she really trying to be the Tyler Perry of her group. She's trying to be the Tyler Perry of her group, you know, which I think isn't wanting to work with your friends and put your friends on is perfectly fine. But the moment you want to do it so that you can take credit for their success, you are a bad friend. The thing about it is there are people who will be in your life that want to take credit for all of your success. They'll see you and be like, yo, I put them on. I'm the reason why they're successful. I'm the reason why they got so and so and so. I make millionaires, right? Keep them people from out of your circle. Obviously, I don't know B. Simone personally, girl. I don't really care to know her because of what we've seen on the internet. I'm going off of what we've seen. I'm going off of what she's shown us from her friendships. She has not appeared to be a good friend. She doesn't have any moments, and maybe like the good moments go unnoticed. But the thing about it is, you have one opportunity to be a bad friend to me. You have one chance to do something to me that shows me that you're not actually rooting for me. And maybe that seems harsh, but the thing is, it is not hard to be a good friend. It is not hard to be supportive. It is not hard to say, hey, you know, I'm down right now, but I'm so happy for you. Not hard. It's not hard. And the moment you show me you cannot do that, maybe I'll give you a second chance if I really love you, if I really understand what you're going through. But there are people who really come into your life who genuinely cannot be happy for their friends unless that happiness or that success involves them somehow. And B. Simone is one of those people. And one thing that stood out to me in this interview was that B. Simone's friend is telling her about all this stuff she has going on, and B. Simone still finds a way to make it about herself and start crying. Why are you always crying on the internet? Like, she's always crying for some reason. She's never okay. Like, she's always constantly soul searching for something. And it's like, there's a reason why you have an inner battle. There's a reason why you always have some type of conflict going on, and you haven't done the soul searching and the resolution that you think that you have. And I'm going to talk about that in the Christianity in the Girls video, because that's coming up. I know I've been saying I'm going to talk about it for a long time, but it is coming up this season. And there are a lot of people who believe that they are probably more healed and more self-aware and more all of that than they are, you know, which is on brand for this season, the self-aware era. A part of that self-awareness is understanding, you know, that there are things about you that may harm others. And I don't think that she gets that. I don't think she's deeping that she really hurt her friend. I don't think she's really deeping how this makes her appear. I don't think she's really thinking about, I put out these clips and it made me seem like a horrible person. You really deserve to have friends around you that clap for you, even when they are unhappy, even when they hate their lives. I know someone right now that I don't fool with anymore because she hates her life. And because she hates her life, she doesn't interact with me well. Because she hates her life, she sees that I'm happy in mine, or she sees my success and she can't be happy for me. And she doesn't have good energy for me. If those type of people are around you, you need to just leave them alone. Stop dealing with them and let them figure themselves out. And if it's true friendship, if it's really meant to be, you guys can rekindle later on. But at the end of the day, some people, they're miserable at the end of the day and they don't want to see you happy, or they have some sort of inner conflict. And so they don't want to see you happy. Mind you, B. Simone has, I'm sure, a beautiful life, but there are probably points in her life in which she is unhappy or she may be miserable. And so seeing someone else getting success or being happy, or could be anything, could be a trigger for her, maybe makes her feel some type of way. According to the interwebs, the girl is a covert narcissist, terrible friend who really is an opportunist, and I'm not going to argue with that. So before we touch on Keke Palmer, I need to say this one last thing about B. Simone, because when I tell you I saw this and screamed, I said, oh my gosh. I said, what in the actual bird brain is happening here, girl? B. Simone has a paywalled interview with DaBaby in the bed. Why are you in the bed with DaBaby? Of all people, like a man who has proven time and time again that he harms women. Not only that, he's actively homophobic. And I know you be Bible thumping, so maybe that latter point doesn't mean anything to you, but this man is an abuser. This man is not good to women, and you are in the bed with him, swooning over him, trying to play footsie and shit. Is this camera on me? You look dumb, girl. Get the fuck out of that bed. Oh my God, when I tell you I screamed, I scrumped. The scream that I scrumped was, I'm still like shocked that she even put that shit out. And people will call her a marketing genius for this shit, but here's the thing about B. Simone, okay? Yes, this is getting her notoriety and clout, but it's not positive shit. It's not good stuff. Like, the thing about marketing is you should be marketing to have a better image. B. Simone markets to have a bad image. How does that fucking help you? And she'll still be successful. Honestly, I'm not even praying on your downfall, girl. I'm praying that all that shit that you talk, all that thumping that you do, that you finally follow it through so that you stop looking crazy on the damn internet. That's absurd. That's absurd. Like, DaBaby of all people, she in the bed like, oh my God, I love you. Can I blah, blah, blah. Girl. Y'all would do anything for a man. Y'all would do anything for a man. Oh my God, please stand up. She probably would sell her own kidney if that man told her to. I think that's a beautiful segue to Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer has a podcast. Don't ask me the name. I've seen it. I haven't listened to it and I can't remember. I think it's called The Keke Show or Keke Palmer Show or something like that. She has a podcast. Very successful, right? Of course. It's Keke Palmer. Yes. I see you, girl. Love you. However, Keke Palmer got on her podcast with a guest. I can't remember who it was, but her and the guest were basically talking about dating. And she said that it's okay for successful women to date down. And her example in this was Oprah and Stedman, right? So Oprah and Stedman have been together for over 30 years, right? Not married. That's just her boyfriend, but they go together. They're common law married at this point. We all know they go together. She mentions Oprah has Stedman. And she also mentions that nobody cares when men find their girl under the bridge, right? I'm going to touch on that. Let's focus on Oprah and Stedman. First of all, girl, when Keke Palmer used Oprah and Stedman as a valid example for dating down, I need you guys to understand Stedman had money and was well established. He was in a position to meet and bag Oprah. This is Oprah, baby. This is Sophia. All my life I had to fight. That's who he bagged. She did not date down. She didn't date down. I think you guys confuse dating down and dating well below your standards. Those are two different things. Honestly, a lot of women will hear it's okay to date down and really run with it. Like, run with it. Like, okay, it's okay to date down, so I can date this guy who has nothing to offer me but good dick, and he's fine. He don't got nothing to show for himself, though, and he be playing in my face, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm successful. You know, I can still date down. I can still help him. Girl, that's just you using an excuse to continue some bullshit. That's your excuse to continue dealing with people that you know don't value you and have nothing to offer you. Be for real. Hold yourself accountable for that, okay? Now, again, Stedman was well qualified to bag Oprah. When you're dating down, you need to, not even dating down. I really hate the term dating down, to be honest, because just because a man does not have as much money or more money than you doesn't mean you're dating down. Are you in the same tax bracket? Go look up your tax. Are you in the same tax bracket? Does he have a life for himself that he can sustain for himself and that is comfortable for you if you should have to assimilate to it? Yes or no? You're looking at how much money he's bringing in. What lifestyle does he lead for himself? And can you adjust to that comfortably? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, you're not dating down. You're dating the way you're supposed to. You're dating how you're meant to, okay? Now, if you're dating a man who makes well less than you and has a lifestyle that you couldn't be accustomed to, that you wouldn't be comfortable in, and you recognize that you're going to have to lift him up to your level, then that is a decision you make on your own. In that sense, you are dating down, truly. Truly. Now, some of y'all not dating down. Some of y'all are dating in the gutter. Some of y'all are like, oh, I'm a successful woman and I'm lonely, so I'm going to just take whatever I can get. I'm going to just take whatever fine man come my way, whether or not he has a 401k and I do or not. Stop that shit. That shit is absurd. Okay? It's absurd. I saw this TikTok and it made the most sense to me. Okay? She said that the important part of dating someone who does not have as much to show for themselves as you may is that you get someone, for women specifically, okay? If you're going to date down, if you're going to date a man who does not have as much as you, he needs to value you. He needs to see the worth in you. He needs to see, hey, she got all this motion around her. I cannot play with this. This is really, really, truly a diamond. Like, that's how he needs to see you. He needs to see your worth as not only a woman, but as a professional. And he needs to get with that shit. Okay? Hear me clearly when I say this, okay? It should be a motivating force for a man to see the woman that he is with thrive and prosper. He should see like, damn, she has all this motion. She got so much going for herself. She really is that girl. Let me level my shit up. Let me do whatever I have to do to give her the sun, the moon, and the stars. Clearly. Now, if you are with a man who sees that you have all these mountains in rotation and he not working hard to see how he gonna get it and start juggling it and adding some more on his own accord, girl, he is taking advantage of you and he will take everything that you have to offer. He'll eat it right on up. He will eat it right on up. Keke Palmer said it's okay to date down. That's what she's telling the girls. My question to Keke is, and I may need to hold her hand spiritually for this one, how did it work out for you? How did that play out for you? Hypothetical question, because we all saw it, girl. You dated down. Nobody can convince me she didn't date down with the child of her father. Nobody knew that man. They barely knew his brother, okay? That's number one. Number two, Keke Palmer dated a man, right, who was not on her level. Wasn't on her level in any regard. This is Keke Palmer, girl. You are Aquila in the Bee, honey. You are Keke Palmer, Angela Bassett, Whitney Houston Jr., and you had a baby with this man who absurdly was not in your league, okay? And then he proceeded to show his ass. And now you're getting on the interwebs and telling the girls it's okay to date down. Find your man. It's okay to date down. Hell no. Again. Keke Palmer's baby daddy is a prime example of what happens when you date down, but really you dated in the gutter out of whatever desperation. Okay? And these are the same women who will tell you it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. They're in horrible situations. They're in horrible relationships. They're with men who don't value them personally as people, romantically or professionally. And that's why that didn't work out. He doesn't value you. He doesn't respect you. Okay? He doesn't respect everything you built for yourself. And he hates you for it as well. He actually hates you for it. And that's why he had to publicly reprimand you, publicly disrespect you. And you getting on the internet, you getting on Beyonce's internet and telling the girls to date down. In all honesty, I'm really kind of disappointed in Keke Palmer's stance on this because that man that you had that baby with, we saw how that worked out, girl. We saw what happened to you when you dated down. How did that work out for you? Like, and truly, like, how did that work out for you? You dated down and you dated in the gutter. Okay, you dated in the gutter and you got a man that was less than worthy, clearly. Now, Keke also said a man can go find a woman under a bridge and nobody will bat an eye. And let me tell you something, okay? A man can go pick up a woman anywhere, no matter the caliber of that woman. He can find that woman under the bridge, right? But you'll never know it. He gonna level her up. He gonna clean her up. He gonna dress her up. She gonna be looking nice and she gonna be sitting at the same tables that you're sitting at and you're gonna be mad because she didn't have to work as hard. She didn't have to do as much. She went from being under that bridge to being next to you, all because of him. Now imagine the same scenario, except it's you cleaning up that man. And now he's sitting next to you. Think about that. Now, the last thing I have to say about the whole Keke Palmer dating down thing, because at the end of the day, we love Keke Palmer down, no matter how bird brain or how bad that movie was. Girl, we still love you, okay? We'll let it slide, right? But really, this isn't even about her. This is for my listener, okay? You right here. The purpose of dating is to ensure that somebody is aligned with you, right? You should not be dating anyone who is not equally yoked, right? And that's not just about money. If you are a woman and you are dating a man and you are not equally yoked in finances, if he doesn't make as much money as you, he needs to be equally yoked in every other aspect. If you're going to date him, he has to match in every other way. In every other way. And if you're dating a man, right? And he matches in every other way, okay? But the finances aren't quite lining up, it is okay. It is okay. It is fine. It's okay, because money comes and goes. But y'all are playing yourselves being with men who don't have anything to show for themselves and cannot sustain a lifestyle for themselves, let alone you, okay? Don't even like you. Most of these men hate you, really. I'm sorry, that was harsh, but it's true. If he's out here disrespecting you, running around playing your, he hates you. All right? And you're also leveling up his life. Dating down shouldn't be dimming your light. Dating down shouldn't be dating in the gutter. I don't even like the term dating down because it just sounds negative. It sounds derogatory, you know? Just normalize dating people who are good for you. Normalize dating people who you can build something with. Normalize dating people who you are equally yoked with in every way possible. If y'all aren't aligning, you shouldn't be together. Finances, romance, lifestyle. Listen, if you guys don't match, it's not clicking, you don't need to be together. Get somebody else. And you do not, and I repeat, please stop trying to change that man. Please stop trying to build that man. Please stop pouring and investing into a grown-ass person. This is a person who needs to pour and invest into themselves so that they can be the best person for themselves and the people around them. And it is not your responsibility to raise a man. It is not your responsibility to raise a man. Can't raise a man. That's what K. Michelle said, babe. And she was not lying. That man needs other men around him to raise him. He needs other men around him to show him how to be a better man, to show him how to be a more righteous man, to show him the way so that he could be a good man for you. And that segues me to peace, honey. When I tell you this era of my life probably has been the most peaceful time. It's been the most peaceful time. We have an episode coming about why I'm like choosing to be single and actively dating single and not just like in my isolation era. That's coming. But truthfully, there is nothing that can compete with my peace. Nothing. There is nothing I will ever choose over my peace and my happiness. And so when I say a man thinks he's coming into my life and he thinks he's competing with other suitors, you're not. You're competing with my peace. You're competing with how much happier I am with you. And the reality is, if I don't get happier and finer and more prosperous with you, you do not need to be over here. Like, you cannot be a man laying in my bed. if those things aren't being checked off. Girl, if I'm with a man, I just get even a little bit uglier, he gotta go. Because you're fucking up the feng shui. I'm too fine without your ass. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with a man and I'm just even a little bit broker, you gotta go. Because I'm in my bag without you. If I'm with a man and my piece is even a little bit compromised, you gotta go. You have to go. You have to go. I saw this really amazing clip with Tracy Ellis Ross talking about the importance of being with the right person and the fear of being with the wrong person. Now, some of these men are not going to like what I have to say next, but it's the truth, okay? This can go for anyone, but for women specifically, I'm talking to women, okay? The worst thing that you can do is be with the wrong man. Being with the wrong man will ruin your life. It will ruin you. It will ruin your life. If you don't believe me, look around. Look at your homegirls. Look at your family, okay? You don't even got to look on social media. Look at the people in your life directly. Look at everyone around you. We all have a friend or a sister or someone in our direct lives who was with the wrong person and it ruined their life. With the wrong man and it stunted their growth. This is the person you are most intimate with, you share the most with, and you give the most to. You give so much to this man. He has to be worth it. He cannot compromise your peace. And when I say a man should not compromise your peace, I'm not talking about trivial things. I'm not talking about he leaves the toilet seat up and that's annoying. He can't cook and you wish he could. Okay. I'm talking about this man doesn't want to see you thrive. He doesn't make you happy. He's not putting a smile on your face. He's not doing everything in his power to make your life together beautiful. He's not actively working to build something for you and your family together. He's ruining your life. He's stunting your growth. Cut his ass off. Cut him loose. Cut him loose. And honestly, and I understand that men can change. I know a lot of amazing men who were dirtbags, who were very much so like, I'll punch you right in your face right now, nigga, because you really are on, you're on your bullshit. 1000%. I know. And they're great. They're great guys now. And that just comes with growth and evolution. I'm not one of those women who believes that all men are the same or all men cheat or all men are dogs. Like, I don't believe in that. But do I believe that a lot of men have that era where they're just on their bullshit? 1000%. Absolutely, yes. Are they capable of change? 1000%. Absolutely, yes. So maybe in his younger years, he was a terrible man. But he grew and he learned and now he's a great man. Now he's great for who he's with now, right? But who he was with then, maybe it's the same lady, I don't know, ran her through the mud. But those are lessons that have to be learned sometimes. So with that being said, I have seen men who compromised a woman's peace and she stayed, right? And then he finally learned his lesson. He learned how to be a better man. And now they are prosperous and happy and together, a family, right? And that is a beautiful thing. But I want you to understand as a woman, you will be sacrificing. You'll sacrifice years for that what if. And for me personally, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit around and sacrifice years of my life and my peace for a what if. For if I love him good enough now, he'll pay me back on the back end. Like hopefully one day he gets it together. Is it possible? Absolutely. Am I going to do it? No. No. And I think that's just about where I am in life. And so for me personally, I have to be with someone who is equally yoked with me on that same level. If I'm at peace, I need my man to be at peace. Come with peace. Don't come with turmoil. Okay? If I'm in a good financial situation, I need you to come with a good financial situation. Do not come in a crisis. That is your least of your concern, trying to find a partner. You are in crisis. You need to fix your life. Stop being concerned with finding someone or dating someone when your life is in turmoil. You are in crisis, okay? You have external conflict. You have internal conflict. You need to fix that first so that you can actually show up and be a good partner for who you want to be with. I think a lot of women are nurturers. We want to care. We want to clean a man up. We want to see him change. We want him to do better, right? So we'll stick around and we'll say, I got it. I'm going to fix him. I'll fix him. The thing is, these men, are built to be builders. It's in them to fix things. It's in them to do that. And they can fix themselves, and they have to surround themselves with other good men who will help them with that, who will teach them how to do things, right? How to be better. It is not your responsibility, and it's not something you can teach him. You can give him certain tools, but at the end of the day, he's going to learn things on his own, just like children. Another segue into this peace era and choosing peace, right, is understanding that you are responsible for who you are asking for certain things from. Sometimes you're not asking the wrong question, you're asking the wrong person, and you have to identify when you are asking the wrong person and why are you seeking this from them. Do you know how many girls I know who are in situations with men that they know can never give them anything, and yet they still ask for something? Why are you asking this man you know could not give you anything? He told you he couldn't give you anything. He told you he wouldn't give you anything, and yet you're still asking him for it. It's less about him and the fact that he can't give you shit, and more about the fact that you're asking him. Why are you asking him, of all people? You have to self-reflect and understand why you're asking for certain things from very specific people. What are you really searching for? And there's nothing wrong with asking and expressing what you need. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Actually, just recently, I had a man that I was in communication with, nothing too heavy. We were just getting to know each other. And there came to a point where the consistency in our communication wasn't very good. And I expressed this to him, and I was like, if we're going to continue to get to know each other, you have to be more consistent. And he said this whole spiel, and he basically was like, yeah, I can do that. And he did it for a few days, and then he fell off. He was consistent for about 3 days, maybe 2-3 days. On the 4th day, though, he had fallen off. And by the 5th day, I texted him. I said, you know what? This has been fun, but the lease is up. It's a wash. And moved on with my life. I moved on with my life. And let that be a lesson and an example of letting someone know what you need. Let them know one good time, right? And then see what they do. And if they aren't able to measure up, go ahead and call it. That's okay. That's okay. And in my opinion, anytime a man has poor consistency with you, especially in communication, there likely is somebody else. That or he just does not like you like that. He don't like you enough, right? And that's okay. But you have to know when to let that go, because they'll come around. They're not going to stop texting you. He's not just going to go ghost. Some men go ghost, but most of the time they'll keep texting you, and it'll be like a one message here or another message here. They're breadcrumbing you just to keep you around for entertainment, or just because, maybe they do like you a little bit, right? But it's not worth your peace, and it's not worth your time and your energy if someone is giving you bits of themselves and you are more interested in giving more of yourself. So I would say cut it off. You have to choose peace over potential. There is no reason why you are going through hell for a potentially good partner. That does not make any sense. Okay? Let him reach his potential. And if at the point he reaches his potential, he does not want you, then he wasn't going to want you if he would have reached it later on anyway. So why stick around? Why stay around? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. But I've also never been that girl. That's not to say a man has never played in my face. At the end of the day, these men will play in your face at least one good time. Okay? A man played in Beyonce's face. If you think you're exempt, girl, I need you to wake up and smell the roses, honey. Because you're living in a land of illusion. All right? They will play in your face. And if you ask me if I would rather a man who is a bum and has nothing to offer me and tries to dog me out to play in my face over a millionaire? Girl. But word to glow, I'm not finna cry in a Honda. I'm not finna cry in no rape. I'm not crying at all. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my peace. God bless you. Because I can do bad and better without your ass. Girl, we just had a whole moment. We just had a whole Keke. So if you are still here, I love you down. Thank you so much for coming back to me. Thank you so much for listening. And I really, really appreciate you guys. And I would really appreciate a share, a follow. Please follow the podcast Instagram. All of the links are in the description. All the shares, the subscriptions, it really helps me out. And I really would appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all for even being here, rocking with me. And those of y'all who are OGs for sticking beside me, because I know I haven't been consistent and I know Auntie was going through some things, but I'm back and I'm better. And I'm so happy to share it with you guys. Now, next episode, baby, we're stepping into the church. Go ahead. I said deacons. Actually open them doors and let my girls in, because we're going to church. We're talking about Christianity, patriarchy, and the Christian girl social media influencer character arc. And it all revolves around getting a man. Hate that for the girls. We're going to get into it, and it may get uncomfortable, but in such a good way. So I'll see you guys when that one comes out. Love you.